It's Amy, your Grey Girlfriend, and welcome to the Grey Girlfriend's Guide to Life podcast. First, let me say that I'm so happy and grateful that you're here with me. Out of the more than 3 million podcasts available, you chose this one, so thank you. This podcast was created for high-achieving women, real women who face and conquer real challenges, real women who are ready to take their lives to the next level. Between us all, we've been through it all, and I'm here to tell you, you can thrive despite it. So whether you're commuting to or from work or doing one of the other 50,000 things you do on a weekly basis, pop in your earbuds, my friend, and let's go. Welcome to the Grey Girlfriend's Guide to Life podcast. This is your host, Amy Blair Lawson. Today's episode is No More Curtain Calls. We've all known that person, the one who turns small misunderstandings into big hairy scenes, the one who seems to thrive on conflict, or who's always caught up in some emotional storyline. It's exhausting, isn't it? Whether it's a friend or a coworker or a family member or even your partner, dealing with drama-prone personalities can leave you feeling drained or confused or guilty for just wanting peace. But here's the thing. Those who stir up drama aren't always doing it to be manipulative. Often their brains and emotions are tangled in patterns that make drama feel like safety. When you understand the psychology behind it, it's easier to stay compassionate and set boundaries that protect your sanity. So why do some people create drama? Drama gives the brain a dose of dopamine, that same feel-good chemical involved in excitement and novelty and anticipation. For some, emotional chaos becomes one of the few ways they know how to feel alive or significant. Add social dynamics such as attention or validation or sympathy from others, and you've got a loop that's hard to break. And the more their outbursts get a response, the deeper the habit forms. The next time you're pampering the actions of a drama queen in your life, instead of asking, why are they doing this? A more useful question might be, what payoff might they be getting from it? Usually the payoff is one of the following 3 things. It can be attention or connection or control. Understanding that helps you stop taking their behavior personally. There's an emotional blueprint behind the drama. Most drama-prone people didn't just wake up one day and decide to stir up chaos. Often, this pattern traces back to early relationships where emotion equaled attention. Maybe in childhood, calm moments felt like rejection, but yelling or tears got everyone to engage. Fast forward to adulthood, and the nervous system still craves high intensity as a sign of closeness. Quiet moments feel dull, or worse, quiet moments feel unsafe. The person unconsciously stirs up things just to feel emotionally connected again. It's not always about conscious manipulation. It's learned survival. But while that explains it, it doesn't excuse it. The trap is getting pulled in. Here's what happens in relationships or workplaces. Someone throws out emotional bait, such as a complaint or an accusation or dramatic story, and before you know it, you're reacting with frustration or defensiveness or sympathy. That's the trap. Every time you jump in to calm them or fix the problem or fight, you reinforce the behavior. Because from their perspective, the drama worked. It got attention and reactions and engagement. The challenge is learning to step out of that loop without losing empathy. And this can be a huge challenge when the drama queen in your life interprets the lack of reaction they want you to have as a lack of caring or an affront on their intelligence. I've had 2 friends in my adult life, many years apart, who in my opinion fit this bill. I didn't see the similarities initially, but in retrospect, they could have been twins from different mothers. Not in the physical sense, of course, but in terms of their behavior. Both friends had alcoholic fathers. Their mothers, though they were very different in terms of their levels of education and their social standing and the level of familial wealth, both mothers failed their children the same way. They didn't protect them from their abusive fathers. And then, to add insult to injury, both mothers denied their children's childhoods were anything but idyllic. Both friends were recovering alcoholics, and while both blamed alcohol for their respective downfalls, neither of them explored the reason they started abusing alcohol in the first place. And because they failed to acknowledge the source of the holes in their respective hearts, both readily traded one addiction for another in an unconscious attempt to fill those holes. One friend traded alcohol for food. She kept an assortment of high-fat, sugary snacks in her purse and in her car, munching whenever she got upset. The other traded alcohol for Diet Coke, and I know that sounds crazy, but that's what this friend did. Rarely did I see my friend without a can of Coke, either in the car or walking through her house or even meeting friends out for dinner at a restaurant. She always had the Diet Coke. Again, I know it sounds crazy saying my friend was addicted to Diet Coke, but my friend actually admitted it one day in a moment of clarity. Interestingly, both friends also became addicted to the 24-hour news cycle. Both friends seemed to attract people who needed rescuing, and both friends were addicted to drama. The 24-hour news cycle provided an endless source of terrible tales to tell, tales from both the motherland and abroad. And in the off chance of a slow news day, normal conversations were steered towards someone they had recently met who needed rescuing. It might be someone who needed an attorney to escape a terrible marriage or to get out of a DUI, or someone who needed money to keep the electricity on because her business hadn't taken off the way she'd hoped. Defending the fledgling entrepreneur's unwillingness to get a job while she grew her business, as many entrepreneurs do. When sharing these stories, both friends expected me and our mutual friends to mirror their outrage or to take up the cause with our time and or our wallets without so much as a clarifying question. More times than not, questions were interpreted as a lack of caring on our parts. How can you not be upset over this? She'd ask, or don't you care what happens to her? Or I guess I just care more than you do. Other times, questions were seen as an affront on their intelligence. I'd often hear, don't you think I'm smart enough to read a news article? If one of us shared that we didn't want her, the drama queen, to be taken advantage of, we'd hear, don't you think I'm smart enough to recognize if someone's trying to take advantage of me? It's crazy sounding, isn't it? If drama wasn't inherent in a situation, both friends created it. For example, both would blow off professional appointments without calling to cancel, leaving their doctor or dentist or financial advisor or mechanic with an unexpected gap in their schedule, failing to acknowledge that their lack of consideration cost their doctor, their dentist, or financial advisor their mechanic money. And both would act like a victim when that same doctor, dentist, financial advisor, or mechanic refused them future services. I can't believe it. I've sent him so much business. He's so ungrateful. The same held true with personal relationships. Both would organize get-togethers for our friend group and accept invitations from others of us, then send gushing text messages about how excited they were to attend, only to show up an hour or more late if they showed up at all. Failing in all cases to let anyone know their plans had changed, creating concern among the rest of us for our friends' well-being. And without fail, one of us in the group would call or text to ask, hey, is everything okay? Only to receive a response as nonchalant as, oh, I had to work late, or as convoluted as, I had an emergency, I'll call you tomorrow. Not once in the 2+ years of our respective friendships, in my opinion, did any of the reasons for the late arrival or the no-show justify the lack of a courtesy call or text message. Never was there a medical emergency or a death in the family or a car accident or a freak weather event or a chemical spill or any other legitimate emergency. So if you have people in your life who resemble these remarks, first know that you are not alone. And second, I encourage you to recognize what all that needless drama does to you. Even if you're not the one starting the drama, exposure to it can wear you down. Constant emotional alertness activates your own stress response. Cortisone rises and sleep suffers and patience shrinks. You might start feeling like you're always managing someone else's moods or walking on eggshells or constantly apologizing for things you didn't do. That's not healthy and it's not sustainable. Recognizing that you're being emotionally hijacked is the first step toward reclaiming your peace of mind. So how do you stay centered around all this drama? Here are a few evidence-based and experience-tested ways to stay grounded and protect your energy when dealing with drama-prone people. First, stay calm. Don't match their energy. Their nervous system is seeking a spike, but yours doesn't have to join in. Lower your voice, slow your speech, and give your brain a chance to stay rational. Second, pause before you fix or defend. Resist the urge to solve their problem or refute their claims immediately. Often drama thrives on reaction. The less reactivated you are, the less fuel it has. Third, set clear boundaries. For example, say things along the lines of, "Hey, I want to talk when we can both stay calm," or "I'm not comfortable when conversations get heated, so I'm going to step away if it does." Remember, boundaries aren't punishments, they're protection. Fourth, don't reward chaos with attention. If someone's dramatic outburst always leads to your sympathy or lengthy debate, you're teaching them that chaos equals connection. Instead, offer attention when things are calm and respectful. Fifth, ground yourself physically. As simple as it sounds, breathing deeply and unclenching your jaw and feeling your feet on the floor can reset your body's stress response. Your physiology can model calm far more powerfully than your words can. And last but not least, know when to disengage completely. In some dynamics, such as toxic workplaces and emotionally manipulative relationships, the healthiest choice might be distance. Sometimes no contact really is the most compassionate thing you can do for yourself and them. And then try to turn compassion into clarity. It helps to remember that drama queens often live with a nervous system that never feels truly safe. Their reactions might be less about you and more about them trying to regulate overwhelming feelings. Seeing them through that lens can soften your frustration. But hear this, my friend, compassion doesn't mean compliance. It's okay to feel empathy for them while still declining from the drama. You can understand the pattern without boarding the crazy train. So here's a perspective worth trying. Assuming the drama queen or drama king in your life isn't an evil butthole, remind yourself, they're not evil, they're dysregulated. But I'm responsible for my own calm, not for managing theirs. That simple shift reclaims your agency. Because workplaces can be hot zones for drama, here's the workplace edition for you. Gossip and competition and ego-driven clashes create fertile ground for drama. If you're dealing with a drama-loving coworker or boss, try the following 4 strategies. First, keep your communication factual and brief. Stick to the facts, not the tone. Second, avoid gossip trains. They often start as venting and end in fallout. Third, document conflicts if needed, especially when someone's professionalism is being questioned. And fourth, find allies who value stability. Remember, collective calm diffuses tensions faster than confrontation. And if you're the manager, I encourage you to model emotional steadiness. Teams unconsciously regulate around their leaders' stress levels. Calm is contagious. So what about your drama-loving families and friends? Well, when the drama's coming from someone you love, be it a parent or a sibling or a close friend, things get trickier. The emotional bonds make boundaries even harsher. But boundaries are even more essential here. Approach these relationships with the following reminder. You can't heal someone else by joining their chaos. Instead, you can consistently show them what regulated connection looks like. Be available for genuine conversation, but step back from those crises that are stuck on rewind. Sometimes the most loving words you can offer are the following. I care about you, but I can't do this pattern anymore. The good news in all of this is that calm has a contagion effect. As with drama, calm spreads too. Over time, if you consistently respond to drama without fueling it, the relationship may naturally shift. And notice I said may naturally shift. Drama loses its grip when it stops getting rewarded. And if the relationship doesn't shift, well, my friend, you have won something invaluable. You've won your peace and your clarity and your ability to choose what stage you'll stand on and which script you'll step out of. The takeaway of all of this is this. Not all drama-prone people are villains. They're emotionally wounded humans caught in neural and emotional loops that once served a purpose but now keeps them stuck. You can care about them deeply without being their audience or their co-star. When you understand that drama is really a misguided attempt at connection, you can respond with both empathy and self-respect. Protect your boundaries, protect your calm, and remember, you don't have to attend every emotional performance just because you're invited. I'm wishing you peace and plenty of drama-free living. Until next time, this is Amy, your gray and drama-avoidant girlfriend. Hey, it's Amy. Did you know that what we tell ourselves about ourselves impacts every decision we make? Every decision. So if you're feeling stuck in any aspect of your life, RTT can help. Want to know more? Go to amyblairlawson.com or click on the calendar link in the show notes to schedule your complimentary 30-minute consultation. Oh, one last thing. I can't forget the legal stuff. You know what I'm talking about. The language a lawyers write that I have to read to you. Well, here it goes. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. While I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner, a certified divorce financial analyst, and a licensed investment advisor, this podcast is not intended as a substitute for a private session or a consultation. Got it? All right. Until next time, wishing you peace and plenty of all good things.